Okay, we got a lot to cover today. The video I did this morning was stock you need to buy before the announcement. I showed you guys some of the plays that I bought as of Monday. I bought some more stock. This morning I talked about Tesla, CCIV, NEO, and Apple, right? Don't sleep on Apple. Apple's a sleeping giant again, all right? And I bought some more ChargePoint. I bought some Fuel Cell today, some Plug, and some Blink. Those were easy plays, and I'm green on all of them. So if you saw my video from this morning, at the end of this video, I'll leave a link here. You're going to see I had a lot of canopy growth. I sold half of that, and I'm investing in some of these. So now, having said that, this portfolio, the portfolio that I showed you this morning, portfolio is just for my EVs and electrification, right? But that is not all the EVs and charging stations that I have. I have a bigger portfolio with my long term. The portfolio I sold you this morning, it's kind of like a buy the rumor, sell the news. I may just pop it tomorrow. I'm up on all of them. It's the only portfolio I have that everything in there is green, and it's because of the president's speech. So I do what's called event trading. Remember, for those of you that's following me, I did a video on event trading. Okay, so I have long-term positions. All of these stocks are long-term stock. You guys should have them 3 to 5 years. Before we go any further, good people, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit who's that? Zip Trader. Hit that ravishing like button, hit the subscribe button, and a notification bell. For those of you that are not getting notifications, I can guarantee you that notification is not checked. My analytics shows me that a lot of you guys are subscribed, but you have not hit the notification bell, okay? It also shows that a lot of you guys are looking at me, but are not hitting the subscribe button. Come on, hit the subscribe button. I'm only going to add to your portfolio. I'm only going to make you more money, right? Okay, so let's talk about the speech. The president made a speech today, and it was about the infrastructure. We knew it was coming, so I made the video this morning, and I talked about those stock that I aforementioned, right? So let's break into this, because I got something I don't believe any other guy is going to be talking about today. Should we be licking our chops? Absolutely not. Are these easy plays? No, because I did the same thing in 2014 under a previous administration, 2 previous administrations ago. I don't like to call names because we don't get into politics. We only talk about politics as it pertains to our money. All right. So in 2014, the president at the time had a $300 billion infrastructure plan. And everything was good. It was about wind, clean air, and solar and all of that. It never got off the ground. And I invested a lot of money, and it just sat. And a lot of you that's been investing a long time did the same thing. Why? Congress fought it. So here's what we have to understand. There's a lot of things that move the market, and politics is one. So you get an excitement bump, and then comes the fight, and then the stock draw back down. So I believe there's going to be a lot of buying opportunities in all of these stocks. So I want you to absolutely look at the video that I posted this morning, but let's look at some stock right now. Okay. Or let's discuss what the president said, and it's going to go right back to what I discussed this morning. I'm going to play this short clip for you. I took the whole 35-minute speech, whatever, and I condensed it down into like a couple of minutes just to talk about what we can make money on. Check this out.
It'll fix the nation's 10 most economically significant bridges in America that require replacement. Remember that bridge that went down? We got 10 most economically significant bridges with more commerce going across it that need to be replaced. We'll also repair 10,000 bridges, desperately needed upgrades to unclog traffic, keep people safe, and connect our cities, towns, and tribes across the country. The American Jobs Plan will build new rail corridors and transit lines, easing congestion, cutting pollution, slashing commute times, and opening up investment in communities that become connected to the cities and cities to the outskirts, where a lot of jobs are these days. It'll reduce the bottlenecks of commerce at our ports and our airports. The American Jobs Plan will lead to a transformational progress in our effort to tackle climate change with American jobs and American ingenuity, protect our community from billions of dollars of damage from historic superstorms, floods, wildfires, droughts, year after year, by making our infrastructure more secure and resilient and seizing incredible opportunities for American workers and American farmers in a clean energy future. Skilled workers, like one we just heard from, building a nationwide network of 500,000 charging stations, creating good-paying jobs by leading the world in the manufacturing and export of clean electric cars and trucks. We're going to provide tax incentives and point-of-sale rebates to help all American families afford clean vehicles of the future. The federal government owns an enormous fleet of vehicles, which are going to be transitioned to clean electric vehicles and hydrogen vehicles right here in the United States of America by American workers with American products. When we make all of these investments, we're going to make sure, as the executive order I signed early on, that we buy American.
So, if you listen to the entire speech, he only mentioned a couple of things, and you have to listen to what he said and how he said it. He said 10,000 bridges, right? So what is need on bridges? Steel and concrete. What did I ask you guys to research this morning? Steel and concrete. We got to look at steel and concrete companies, not just any company, the companies that are equipped to do government contracts. He talked about railways and rail cars, clean railways and rail cars, right? He also talked about 500,000, 500,000 what? Charging stations. So out of Blink, Plug, Fuel Cell, and ChargePoint, I'm the most bullish on ChargePoint, like a lot of you guys are. They have over 70% of the market share, 73%, right, in North America. And so we're the most bullish on that, right? But that's not the end all answer all, okay? There's always new guys on the block. And if they strike the right deal, they have the opportunity to grow at a faster rate. So let's not get tunnel vision. Let's stay diversified, right? Let's continue. He also talked about, and listen real carefully, he said, provide tax incentives at point of sale, all right? Provide tax incentives at point of sale and at point of sales rebates. Let me say that again. Provide tax incentives on EVs and point of sale rebates for buying EVs, electric vehicles. Okay? So you get tax credit and at point of sale rebates, just like you do with new cars, especially at the end of the year. All right? So that is really big if you incentivize to buy an electric vehicle. All right? Then this is what I really want you guys to listen up on. He said, we want to accomplish all of this by leading the world in manufacturing and exporting electric cars and trucks. So therein lies the problem, right? Okay. And you say, why does that? Because we're not manufacturing EVs right now. America really aren't. We got, the Chevy Colt, and we got Volt. I mean, we have a few, but we're really not big on manufacturing. Check this out. Who's the big American companies that you can invest in? GM. GM pledged by 2035, okay, to be electric, and then by 2040 to be carbon neutral. 2035, it's 2020 now, right? So 15, 20 years from now, the problem with that is our current president won't be in the presidency. How is he going to pay for this? Through taxes, right? What's going to come first? The taxes are going to come first, and then the product, okay? And so therein lies a problem. Remember, I'm an independent, so I just look at how we're really going to make money. Because remember, I've been here before. We've been here before in 2014. Just go to Google and look at it. We've been right here before. And I started investing, and that money sat, and then some of it I lost because I was investing in solar and it never got off the ground. So here's what's happening. We can make this short pop, what I'm doing with this portfolio, but I'm also long term. Now, is everything going to be the same way it was in 2014? I don't think so this time. I think there will be forward movement because first time in the history that the Dems and the Republicans are both looking for clean technology. They're just going to fight out on how and who's going to pay for it. So that's what we got to look at and how we can prosper from this. So the president said exporting. That means that we have to manufacture the cars. And I will tell you, I will look you in the eye, in the lens, and tell you that after I test drove a Tesla, I got mad at the American car manufacturer because we've had the technology, but the American car manufacturers, I'm sorry, got in bed with the oil companies, and we haven't changed that 100-year-old model, and new technology is leaving us. And other countries have left America when it comes to the technology now. You know, thank God for Lucid Motors, CCIV. So that's why I'm really going in deep with Lucid Motors, because we need to really catch up to the EV industry and the EV market. So what I think is going to happen is the Teslas, the Neo is eventually going to come to American soil. It's going to happen. Tesla's already here, and you got Lucid really tooling up. For those EVs that's already out there, you're going to get the tax credits, I believe, and you're going to get to rebates. All right. Charging stations. That's where you're really going to make your money. As a matter of fact, I believe you're going to make more money on charging stations than EVs. EVs have their own market. They're going to make money. They're worldwide. But charging stations, 500,000 charging stations, that's where there's a lot of growth. Right. And then you got to look at companies like CAT. Caterpillar. I can never say that. Caterpillar. You know, the big land movers. Look at companies like that. Look at companies that do rentals, that rent the big equipment. Because if this infrastructure bill gets passed, then these stock will take off. So again, I'm still bullish long term on Tesla, CCIV, Neo, Apple. And what price point am I bullish on all of these? With the exception of Tesla, where they are now. CCIV went down to $21 the other day. I bought some more. Neo, right where it is. Neo, I would say under $38, that's where we are right now. I say it's a buy if you're going to hold it 3 to 5 years. Apple, today, right where it is now. And there's not a lot of times where I say that. There's some times when you wait for dips, and there's some times where you don't, and you don't worry about the volatility because you're in long. So those three, I would say buy. Tesla has run up about 50, 60 bucks last time I saw it today. Look at where the price was yesterday, and it was Tesla was a buy at 600. Anything under 600, I would say Tesla is a buy. So you got 4 price predictions right there. Then you have ChargePoint, which I would start dollar cost averaging in. I would take a third of my money and invest in it right now. And then I would hold 2/3 out to see what happens with ChargePoint. But it could take a dip or it could take off and leave you. But if you're in it long, I would put some in it. Now, remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just telling you what Larry would do. Had to put that in there. Fuel Cell, I picked some up today. Plug, I picked some up today. Blink, I picked some up today. ChargePoint, I bought more today, and I'm green on all of it. So there's times to wait, and there's times to move. And if they dip, I'm going to dip with them. Okay, good people? So now we still have to look at concrete companies. Now, I talked about CAT, which is Caterpillar, the big land movers. But remember, if this infrastructure gets passed, this infrastructure bill gets passed, steel, now you got U.S. Steel, there's one, and you got concrete companies. So I want you guys to do your research and have fun making money. It's only going to make you a smarter investor and start investing into the future. Now, if this passes through, this will be good for the country, good for America, because it will create millions of jobs if the politicians don't screw it up like they normally do. All right? And let's face it, the Republicans want what they want and what's going to benefit them. And the Democrats want what they want that's going to benefit them. And we are in the middle. So what should we be doing? Let them fight it out and let's get paid while they're fighting it out because we're paying them. So it's time for us to wake up and make our money. All right, good people. I hope this helped you. Look at this video. Hey, let's make money. Let's be wise investors. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Oh yeah, forgot. I'll play it at the end of this. Remember, click the Weibo link below, deposit $100, get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. There will be a commercial after this. All right, good people, love you. Hello, my name is Larry Jones from Stock Up with Larry Jones, and I want to talk about this wonderful app called Weibo. I am a big fan of Weibo. Number one, the fact that I could trade hours before the market opens and hours after it closes, that I can have a phone-friendly app and the necessary tools that set me up for success. As a matter of fact, the longer I use Weibo, the more savvier investor I become. And I also love the fact that if you're new, you can deposit $100, get 2 free stock worth up to $1,850. Hey, this is an app that I could get behind. This is a company that I can get behind. As an influencer for the last couple of months, I can tell you the customer service has been impeccable. I can call a number. I can talk to a real live person that actually knows what they're doing. Okay, for those of you that haven't done it already, click the link below, download the app, deposit $100, and be on your way to more savvier investments. All right. Hey, happy birthday. Happy 5th birthday, Weibo.